Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Pinky Sabrina, and today I will be presenting chapter 5 about metaphysics. In this video, I will explain what metaphysics means, why is it important, and how it relates to our everyday life. I will also share my own perspective about the pictures given in the assignment. I hope this explanation will help me understand metaphysics in a simple and easy way. So let's begin. Metaphysics is a part of philosophy that studies things beyond the physical world. The word metaphysics is made up of two separated words. The first one is meta, it means after, and the second is physics. It refers to the material world, so metaphysics implies a study of physical world in a way that goes beyond. There are two meanings of metaphysics. The first meaning is a study of basic questions about existence, such as what is being, what is time, what is cause and effect, and what makes something real. Philosophers like Aristotle studies these things. The second meaning refers to things that are beyond physical world, such as soul, spirit, angels, or God. The second meaning is close to religion. Aristotle said metaphysics is the study of qua being qua, which is Latin for being as being. This means that metaphysics studies the most basic, universal attributes of all existing things simply because they exist, rather than focusing on the specific character of one particular thing. This point means that metaphysics studies very basic and very important, such as being, existence, purpose, universal, properties, relations, space, time, and even. These ideas are called fundamental because every other idea, beliefs, or explanation is in the world is built of them. For example, before we talk about anything, we must first understand what existence means. And before we describe where things happen, we need to understand space and time. So metaphysical concepts are like being fundamental of a building, where everything else depends on them. Some famous philosophers like Kant in 18th century and the logical positivists in the 20th century criticized metaphysics. The subject is still considered important today. It remains one of the four main branches of philosophy: metaphysics, epistemology, logic, and ethics. The criticism from Kant and the logical positivists were mainly aimed at one specific meaning of metaphysics, the idea that metaphysics tries to give knowledge about things that are beyond our five senses can detect. In other words, they argued that metaphysics claims to study a world that our normal senses and intellect cannot reach or understand. In the second meaning of the word, metaphysics is a study of the world beyond the known physical world and which is not accessible through our sense perception. The word metaphysics has a second meaning. It talks about things that cannot be seen with our normal senses. Because of this meaning, metaphysics can be connected to religious ideas, because many religions talk about invisible things like spirits, soul, angels, jinn, and God, things that we cannot see or touch. In most Western universities, metaphysics is taught only as philosophy subject, so it does not include religious topic. But in this course, it is considered appropriate to include religious ideas because the second meaning of metaphysics allows us to discuss unseen realities, and Malaysian society is very influential in religion. Most Malaysians naturally think of unseen spiritual things when they hear the word metaphysics. So basically, the course includes religious concept because metaphysics is related to the unseen world, where this match what many Malaysians believe or understand. There are also two major theories theories in metaphysics. The first one is materialism, and the second one is idealism. Materialism believes everything is made of matter and denies the existence of spiritual beings. Meanwhile, idealism believes that the mind is the most basic reality, and it supports the idea that spiritual reality exists. The mind-body problem also comes from metaphysics. It asks how the mind, the non-physical, and the body, the physical, interact. Material says the mind is just the brain, but idealists say that the mind can exist on its own, like the idea of soul in many religions. There are also different types of belief related to metaphysics, such as theism, belief in God, monotheism, one God, polytheism, many gods, agnosticism, not sure whether God exists, and many more. All these beliefs talk about questions that go beyond physical reality. So next, I will share my view about this picture. So this picture shows people at a funeral ceremony, and this can be considered metaphysics for some individuals because it involves ideas about life, death, and what happens after a person dies. These ideas cannot be seen or proven with our physical senses, but many people believe in the existence of soul and the afterlife, heaven, hell, spirit, or other unseen realities. When someone passes away, different religions and cultures have their own beliefs about where the soul goes and what the meaning of death is. This belief belong to the second meaning of metaphysics, which focus on things beyond the physical world. For example, some people believe the soul continues to exist even after the body is buried. Others believe that prayer and rituals can help the soul in the next life, even though we cannot see the soul or the afterlife. People still hold this belief because they are part of their religion, culture, and personal understanding of reality. This is why funeral practices are considered metaphysical. They involve questions about existence, the unseen world, and the meaning of life and death. Also, funeral ceremonies often include prayers, symbols, and rituals that show people's belief in an unseen world. These actions are done to respect the person who passed away and to pray for their soul, even though we cannot see or prove what actually happened after death. For many people, these rituals are converting because they make them feel that their loved one in a better place. Besides that, when someone dies, people naturally start thinking about deeper questions like why do humans die, or is there life after this? These questions cannot be answered by science alone because they deal with the meaning of life and things we cannot see. This is why metaphysical beliefs are important. They help people make sense of death and give them a way to understand what might be happening beyond the physical world. In conclusion, metaphysics help us to explore questions about a life, existence, and the world beyond what we can see or touch. It studies both fundamental ideas like being, time, and unseen realities, like the soul, spirits, and God. By understanding metaphysics, we can be better mix of our life, our belief, and even like death. Funeral ceremonies are a good example for how metaphysical ideas appear in our everyday life. They show how humans try to understand and connect with the unseen world, and overall, metaphysics gives us a way to think deeply about reality, existence, and meaning even beyond the physical world. So that's all from my explanation about metaphysics, and I hope this explanation will help me understand metaphysics better. And thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.